Okay, so this is my Bixler. Who doesn't love the Bixler? It's awesome. Anyway, this is my Bixler, and there's nothing more annoying than CG problems with the Bixler. Here's my setup. I've got the Fat Shark camera here. This is my FPV cam. Back in the days when Transporter version 2 or something like that, $200 FPV kit, still going strong. Yeah, beauty. Thanks very much, Fat Shark. And this is access to my flight controller. The Turnigy T1000 GPS. You beauty. Super simple. Works really good. Saved me so many times. Here's a top tip. If you're cutting out a bonnet like this or any foam plane, what you can do is, instead of cutting straight down, cut on a 45 and then on a 45 this side, so that the piece just fits in there. You see, you got a little bevel on both sides, and you know, put a bevel on the inside, of course, and you plop it in there. It sits on there nice and strong, and you can access your flight controller in there. So that's a big help. Here we go, we've got our GPS units. So the black GPS is for the T1000 in the nose. And the T1000, by the way, that does like level. It makes sure the plane flies level, and also does attitude hold. In other words, you put this mode on, this second mode, and the plane will just continue to fly in one direction, and it won't go up or down or left or right. It'll just keep on going straight. That's really good, and it's return to home as well. This one, Turnigy T1000, really simple, works great. That's the GPS for the T1000. I've got another GPS here, which is for the on-screen display. So when I'm flying, I can see through this camera, and this camera talks to the Easy OSD, and that tells me where I am and where home is on the screen. So that's great. Lift off the canopy. As you can see, my Bixler is really old, but it's a great plane. Like, great plane. Love it. Here we go. Take the canopy off. It's pretty full inside there. I've got the Delta 8 receiver with the 2 antennas. Helps out. There's my battery in there. Just got the Turnigy 2200, which is what I fly on. These things. So great batteries, but time to replace them as they're all getting a bit. They're all starting to get a bit puffy. Time to replace those. And I've got the plush 30 amp ESC in there. Okay, so that's inside there. GoPro mount, so HD footage for recording up here. Another GoPro mount here, so put the GoPro there. I don't really like to put it there because it creates too much drag and makes the plane twist, but the Mobius does go alright there. Sometimes I'll put the Mobius there if I want to for a different perspective. This camera sort of gets the nose in the photo, but the Mobius can get a clean picture if you sort of angle it out like that. So that's a good one to have in there. Got this prop on it, but it's not that good, although it's the only one that I could find that would balance. The props often don't balance, really annoying. So this is actually a propeller that is supposed to be for a petrol glow engine. So anyway, but I need to get a new prop. It's not got enough width on the blades, and it doesn't push the plane enough. I have to run the thing at like 3/4 throttle just to cruise. And then this is my sort of what do you call it, video transmitter, Fat Shark 250 milliwatt, awesome, really good, never let me down. What I've done is I have this disconnected, and it makes the GPS on this lock a lot quicker if I disconnect the VTX, because they must muck around. This one must interfere with the satellite picking up here. So if you disconnect it until the satellites lock, and then connect this, and you get your video feed. Anyway, that's my setup. But the main reason for the video today is because CG is a real crucial thing on the Bixler. So we're going to have to figure out how to make sure that this thing balances. I've already got a bunch of nuts on the back there, because my Bixler is very nose heavy. Got too much stuff up on the nose, so we're gonna have to figure out a way of fixing that problem. First of all, we're gonna put bonnet fell off. We're gonna put some pegs in here where the CG markers are, so that I can check the balance a bit better, a bit more easy. If your Bixler is like mine and it's had so many crashes and you've repaired it so many times, and the nose is probably a lot shorter than what it was when it was new, you can't do the CG measurement from the nose anymore, because the nose is too short. So here you go, just measuring here. It seems as though the now let's do it this way. Okay, so seems as though the measurement is 75 millimeters from the front leading edge of the wing. 75 mil. Okay, well, now it's time to get this Bixler balanced. Look at the nose, it's all bent, poor thing. Be good to have a new Bixler, but while this one's still flying, we'll keep using it. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Got the soldering iron, and we're just going to put some holes into the foam where the balance point is, and then we're going to insert a skewer into the wing so that it's got a nice fixed point for the balance. Let's see how we go. There we go, there's one. There's two. 1, 2. Next we're going to cut the skewer. So we're going to fit it into the hole here. So we've got a fixed point where it's going to balance to. Okay, here we are. We got a little bit of wood glue on a little piece of skewer. Here's the skewer here. A little bit of wood glue on it. You beauty. One peg there, one peg there. Awesome. Now we just got to build a balance tool. Okay, we've got a piece of wood, we've got a barbecue skewer, and all we're going to do, drill a couple of holes, stick the skewer in there. Probably won't glue them in, so that if I have different size planes, we'll move the skewers for different size, you know, balance points or widths of the fuselage, and that's it. And voila, that's what we've got. So here we got the old Bixler. I think I can tell why it was flying a bit sluggishly last time I had it going. I think it's a little bit out of balance, just a little bit. I think I might put the GoPro in and then see what it's like with that. Okay, now I've got the GoPro in. The nose is touching the ground. So my Bixler is way nose heavy, and this is how I flew it last time I flew it. Yeah, no wonder it felt sluggish, and I had to use a lot of up elevator just to keep the thing flying. So that's not a fun day when your plane's like that. Let's see what we can do to fix it. But for the moment, that'll be enough for this video, I'm thinking. Just a couple of barbecue skewers and pegs under the wings, and it's pretty easy to tell that this plane is way out of balance. Well, let's get to fixing it.